Have you ever wondered who the richest person in all of human history was? Forget Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, or John D. Rockefeller. The answer might surprise you, because his story has been largely left out of our history books. Today, we're journeying back to the 14th century to uncover the story of Mansa Musa, the Golden King of the Mali Empire, a man whose wealth was so immense, it's literally described as incomprehensible. So, how rich was he? Imagine a fortune so vast that modern economists can't even put a number on it. Some estimates hover around $400 billion in today's money, but many historians agree that his wealth was simply too great to quantify. He controlled the world's most lucrative gold and salt mines at a time when these resources were in peak demand across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. The Mali Empire, under his rule, was responsible for more than half of the entire world's gold supply. Think about that for a second. More than half the gold in the world. Mansa Musa ascended to the throne of the Mali Empire around 1312, but he wasn't just a king sitting on a pile of gold. He was a devout Muslim, a brilliant administrator, and a visionary leader who transformed his kingdom into one of the most sophisticated and powerful empires of its time. The heart of his empire, the legendary city of Timbuktu, became a world-renowned center for trade, culture, and learning, attracting scholars, poets, and artists from all over the Islamic world. But the event that truly etched his name into history was his legendary Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, in 1324. This was no ordinary journey. This was a procession of epic proportions, a moving city of gold that stretched as far as the eye could see. Accounts from the time describe a caravan of 60,000 men, including 12,000 attendants, all dressed in the finest silks and brocades. Picture this. Leading the procession were 500 heralds, each carrying a staff made of pure gold. And then came the camels, hundreds of them, each laden with bags upon bags of gold dust. As his golden caravan traveled across the Sahara Desert and through Egypt, Mansa Musa's generosity was as boundless as his wealth. He gave away gold to everyone he met, from the poorest people on the streets to the sultans of the cities he visited. He donated to mosques, funded construction projects, and showered local merchants with so much gold that he single-handedly changed economies. In fact, when he passed through Cairo, he gave away so much gold that he completely destabilized the local economy. The sheer amount of gold he injected into the market caused the value of gold to plummet, leading to a massive inflation crisis that took the region over a decade to recover from. Imagine being so rich that you could accidentally cause an economic crisis in an entire country just by being generous. That was the power of Mansa Musa. His journey didn't just showcase his wealth, it put the Mali Empire on the map. Literally, for the first time, European cartographers began to include the Kingdom of Mali in their maps of the world, often depicting its king holding a golden nugget or a golden scepter. He had announced to the world that a powerful, wealthy, and sophisticated empire existed deep within West Africa, challenging the Eurocentric view of the world at the time. Upon his return from Mecca, Mansa Musa was not the same. Inspired by the architecture and scholarship he had witnessed, he embarked on an ambitious building program. He brought back with him some of the most brilliant minds of the Islamic world, including architects and scholars. One of them, a poet and architect named Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, was commissioned to design some of the most iconic structures in the empire. Under his patronage, the legendary Gingerbread Mosque in Timbuktu was constructed, a magnificent structure of earth and wood that still stands today as a testament to the empire's architectural genius. He also established the University of Sankar, turning Timbuktu into a beacon of knowledge that housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts and attracted students from across the globe. It became a place where science, mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy flourished, rivaling the greatest learning centers in the world. So, if Mansa Musa was so incredibly wealthy, powerful, and influential, why is he so often forgotten? Why isn't his name as well known as Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan? The answer is complex and lies in the biases of historical storytelling. For centuries, history was written primarily from a European perspective, which often downplayed or completely ignored the achievements of African civilizations. The narrative focused on European exploration and colonization, framing Africa as a continent without history or great leaders of its own. The Mali Empire, like many other great African kingdoms, didn't fit this narrative. Its wealth, its intellectual achievements, and its global influence contradicted the colonial-era myths used to justify European dominance. As a result, the story of Mansa Musa and his golden age was pushed to the margins, becoming a footnote rather than a main chapter in world history. Furthermore, after Mansa Musa's death, the Mali Empire began a slow decline. Internal conflicts and the rise of rival empires, like the Songhai, eventually led to its collapse. Without a powerful centralized empire to preserve its legacy, and with historical records being largely controlled by European powers, the memory of its greatest king began to fade from the global consciousness. But today, that's changing, as we strive for a more complete and accurate understanding of our shared global history. Figures like Mansa Musa are being rediscovered and celebrated. His story is a powerful reminder that history is vast and diverse, and that great civilizations and visionary leaders have emerged from every corner of the world. He was more than just the richest man who ever lived. He was a builder of cities, a patron of education, and a leader who put his nation on the world stage. Mansa Musa's legacy challenges us to look beyond the familiar stories and to seek out the histories that have been overlooked. It reminds us that wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about the impact you have on the world, the knowledge you foster, and the legacy you build. The Golden King of Mali may have been forgotten for a time, but his story is a treasure that is finally being unearthed. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the hidden corners of history. Let us know in the comments what other historical figures you'd like to learn about. We'll see you in the next video.